Hey there, I'm Dina and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about it doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't. So I wanted to start today's video off with a story. I had a friend of mine call me up the other day and she was complaining. She was saying, Dina, it's so hard. It's so hard to be the successful entrepreneur. The road to becoming successful is going to be long and horribly painful. And because of that, she was avoiding it. She said she felt lazy. She was avoiding the work because it sounded so awful. It wasn't pulling her to want to do it. And in fact, she was avoiding it. So I naturally asked her, I was like, what do you mean it's so hard? What's so hard? And she was like, everything is hard. In order to be successful, it has to be this really hard path. It's like climbing this insane mountain. The only way to success is up this mountain. It's filled with sacrifices. I have to leave all these things behind, all these joys. Everything about it is this horrible road to success. That's the only path. At least that's the only path that she saw. What she was doing was she made it up in her mind that the only road to success was going down this horrible, long, drawn-out process of working your life away, this unenjoyable, sacrificial thing where you have to give up everything in order to make it. She told herself, it's going to be long, it's going to be hard. I had to give up all the enjoyment in life, and then I'll be successful. And because she kept telling herself this story, she believed it. And she looked for areas of other people who had made it, who had that exact journey. Her examples, her stories of success that she was listening to were those exact stories. Well, this person made it, but man, they had to sacrifice everything in order to make it. They had to give up everything they loved and enjoyed. And this person made it, but man, they worked their entire 30s away and they have no life, but they made it. So she was looking for examples that reiterated this story of this hard, long hardship, this road to success that was going to be super difficult for her. That was the only way. And in fact, all of these stories prove it. So she had proof to her vision and to her thoughts. She used these stories as her proof that this is the way to make it. And this was the only way to make it. And so I said to her, I was like, hey, it doesn't have to be that hard. It's only hard because you think it's going to be hard. What about all those people who find success so easily? It just literally falls in their lap. Or what about the people who enjoy the road to success? Do you think those stories exist too? And I implored her. I said, go look for those examples. I bet you can find even more of those out there. So I'm using this story of my friend to remind everyone that what you think you become. And because she thought the only road to success was through this long, hard journey of sacrifice, and it was gonna be long and hard, there's no way she could make it in 1 year, she closed the door to all these other great options that could have come her way. She thought, no, it has to be long, it has to be hard, and that's the only road to success. But I'm here to remind you there's so many opportunities, so many different paths that come up. If you shut your eyes and ears to other possibilities, you lose the opportunity to create something beautiful, to tap into the flow of life. Life doesn't have to be this hard, horrible journey. It's what you make of it. It's what you think it's going to be. So using my friend as an example, instead of saying it's going to be this long, hard journey of tough, hard decisions, sacrifices, you could say, I'm walking into this amazing journey. I know it could be whatever I make of it. I'm open to the possibilities of making it in 1 year or 6 months even. And I know it's possible because XYZ, they all did it too. And they did it in that feeling of flow. They did it in the feeling of love and gratitude and passion. They were drawn to doing what they were doing, not being pushed. And when you're tapping into that feeling of love and being pulled to do something, you're doing it because you want to do it, not because it's this hard, horrible sacrifice that you have to do. Remember that it could be easy. Life doesn't have to be hard. Decisions don't have to be hard. Choices don't have to be hard. There's so many examples of people who are making it, doing what they dreamed of, and the path just easily flowed to them. If you say, this is going to take me 5 years and it's going to be hard, that's what you manifest. You manifest what you believe is going to happen. Another great example of being in the flow and going with life is Oprah Winfrey. You know, she first started out doing her talk show. She was emulating and copying all the other talk show hosts at the time who were not doing great things. They were talking about, you know, he cheated on me and just trash TV talk shows. And some part of her was like, this can't be the only way to be successful. And this doesn't feel right in my heart. I want to talk about things that are more important. I want to talk about things I'm passionate about. So she totally switched gears and she's like, you know what? We're not going to talk about paternity tests anymore. I want to talk about souls. I want to talk about interesting things that, you know, books I've been reading. And I'm sure her producers at the time were like, you want to do what? But that's not what people are watching. But just because that's what other people are doing, or other examples, what you see, doesn't mean you can't follow your own path. Doesn't mean that you can't get into the flow of life and follow your passion. So she did do that. You know, she obviously changed gears. She totally revamped her show. And she became the most successful talk show host. She was talking about what she enjoyed. And because she was passionate, and she loved these topics, people could feel that off of her. And she knew it would be successful. She put it out there that this is going to change everything. This is going to change the game. And it did. So if you can get into the flow of life, remember it doesn't have to be so hard. If it feels hard, it's probably not right for you. Life should just be this flowing river, you know? You should just be able to lean back and let it take you. You shouldn't feel like you're fighting currents all the time. If it does, that's probably not the right path for you, right? So I'm here to remind you, it doesn't have to be that hard. Get into the flow of life. Follow what you're passionate about. Remind yourself that you can do whatever you want. Take it step by step. And leave the door open for whatever comes your way. Stop putting labels on things and saying it has to be this way or else it won't happen. Because then you're closing the door to other beautiful opportunities that might come your way that you couldn't even imagine. You know, my friend who wanted to be an entrepreneur, who was successful, she was closing the door to the possibility that it could happen in 6 months. It could happen in a year. It didn't have to be this long, drawn-out, horrible, treacherous journey. If you're stuck in the how part, start looking for those other examples. Those people who already did what you want to do, and they did it while in flow. They did it easily. It didn't feel like this hard, horrible uphill battle. They felt in flow with who they are and what they wanted to do, and it came naturally to them. That's how it should feel. When you're in flow and you're feeling passionate about something and you're being pulled to do it, it should feel easy. If it doesn't feel easy, start asking yourself, why do I think it's so hard? What makes me think it's going to be this horrible uphill battle? Is it because you really don't want it? Is it because you think that's the only way? If so, start opening up your mind, because there's many other people out there who find it easy, where money comes to them easily, success comes to them easily, and what they want just comes to them naturally. So start looking for those examples and remind yourself it doesn't have to be that hard. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. I truly hope that it was helpful and that you found this information useful. And if you find yourself saying, oh, this is so hard, why is it so hard? Why has it got to be so hard? Remind yourself it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. Life could be this easy flowing river where things just flow to you, where you're drawn to what you're passionate about and you're doing what feels right to you.